Ahoy, listeners. This is Debut Buddies. It's a fortnightly podcast about firsts. My name is Nate. I'm one of the buddies.
My name is Kelly. I'm an additional buddy.
I'm Chelsea. I'm the other buddy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And this week, we are not, actually more appropriately, fuck yeah. We are going to be not talking about a perseverant A or an indefatigable B or even a steadfast C. No, we're talking about a tenacious D.
Yes, rock.
We're going to talk about that very first Tenacious D record that came out way back in the year 2001.
Nothing really happened that year.
No, this was really the only
event.
Pretty
forgettable.
Yeah. It was pretty wild. This album drops, doesn't matter. Doesn't have a thing.
No, absolutely not.
Because of the one big thing that happened in 2001. That's what you can remember. And in fact, never forget.
For a second, I was like, did 9/11 happen in 2000? When you said that, I was like, wait, is my memory? Well, I am slowly forgetting quickly. I don't know, somewhere in between.
Yeah. This record comes out one day after my birthday. Lots of things happen near my birthday, or I can contextualize it that way because I'm a podcasting narcissist. It came out on September 25th, 2001. So it was, aside from my birthday, the single most eventful occurrence in the month of September in that year.
How old were you when this came out?
I had just, literally the day before, turned 20 years old.
Wow. We are different ages. Sometimes I forget.
No,
I think we've talked about that.
I think me being old is a bit that we do. I mean, it's not really a bit because it's just actually declaring that I'm old. This album comes out. This is during the fall semester of my sophomore year of college.
Oh,
I am enjoying my first ever apartment life with roommates.
Nice.
We live in a house in Boulder that is right across from Boulder High School because it was right near the campus, and it was remarkably affordable to get this
that's a dope
3-bedroom situation.
Too.
Yeah. It had begun smoking cigarettes, which was stupid because, again, I was 20.
So
I was over
cool.
20 when I started smoking. But when you're smoking cigarettes at that age, and then high schoolers are across the street, they tend to come by and be like, "Hey, can I have a smoke, man?" And then you have to be that guy because I was also very like stupidly. Well, no, you know what? I was right. I was a moral person who was not giving high schoolers cigarettes.
Oh my gosh, we just had a conversation about this via text where I said, you look like the kind of guy that sold cigarettes.
Yeah.
But also told on the guy that sold cigarettes.
I was doing the whole thing. I was telling on myself, thinking about it, turning myself in, and then preventing myself from ever doing it at all. Yeah, I didn't like sharing that habit with people who weren't clearly adults.
That's fair. So you didn't give them cigarettes.
Yeah.
Proud
No,
of
I
you.
think that would be weird. Plus, it is. It's like, I mean, considering what we were just talking about, like you don't want to be like the skeezy college guy who's like, oh yeah, high school kid, come over here and have a cigarette. Like, it's thin enough as it is. It's just bad news being a early grown up, let alone a full on grown up. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Now do they just offer vapes? I saw a news. No, this is not good.
You see a TikTok?
No, it was a news. I was with my grandma, so it was on a specific news channel.
Great.
And it was
MSNBC.
That would be sure.
CNBC.
Okay. And they were talking about how everyone's sharing vapes, and that's how everyone's getting COVID. No, that couldn't have been that news network then. Maybe it was MSNBC.
I bet it was an STD.
I feel like
you'd be like,
oh,
everybody's getting mouth herpes
like,
from doing these vapes. Yeah. No,
and then there's a weird one about high schools and having like weird licking feet stuff. And it was just, I don't know why that comes on during dinner time. What's happening with the world?
Don't you remember when
what's going on with the world
identifying
these days?
as cats and pooping in a litter box in the hallway, and that was
That's fine. I support that wholeheartedly.
Hey, look, for the record, I do not I don't have any ill will toward that actual concept, but I do have a problem with making that shit up and making it into a big deal to scare.
That's true. Yeah.
Very
Which is probably what's happening
people.
with the licking feet thing.
There were
but
videos.
Even if it isn't,
There were
sure,
a lot of
but
videos.
You could pay a crisis actor.
That's
it's also
true.
like
Good point. That's fair.
Look,
That's fair.
there's
Rupert Murdoch has deep pockets.
Let's not pretend that there isn't a wealth of free foot-licking content existent on the internet that anybody could cut B-roll together for the news. Like,
I didn't think it was
that's
free.
not
OnlyFans. I just feel like,
yeah.
Listen, millennials loved eating ass and also present tense.
Sure.
It's fine. Like, if
loving that present
Zoomers
tense
are just licking feet, that's like cute.
Do you think they have to start blurring feet on things now? Like, feet are the new boobs. Like, or like the new. I feel like feet are the new thing that we're gonna have to censor.
Huh.
Weird, right?
What is Quentin Tarantino gonna do?
I mean, he said he's gonna stop after 10 movies. He's got one more movie, so maybe it's just gonna be X. It's gonna be rated X, and that's gonna be it. Look, the idea. We're gonna get into Tenacious D. Don't worry.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. I'm so sorry.
But first, let's talk about this tenacious discourse. It's every single day I am more concerned with the fact that we are just living in these loops of nonsense where Victorian people tablecloths exist because like the legs of furniture were somehow like horning people up.
Whoa, right? I didn't know that. The more you know.
Yeah.
Huh. Is that true? Cite your sources.
Did I Google it?
But I know the Victorian ankle thing is a lie. So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Maybe it was Edwardian. I don't look. Hey, I don't want to. The point is, we constantly have these weird cycles of weird like norms and mores around sexuality, and things get censored reactionarily in the idea that somehow like, oh no, kids are into feet now. We got to make sure everybody's wearing shoes just so they don't do whatever. What are we doing?
Well, we got to make sure they're wearing shoes because splinters. But
yeah, that's true. Except for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles dad, which in that case, like, you don't have to wear shoes.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
HPV. What is the relationship to like plantar warts? Because those are both an HPV strain.
Oh,
sure, yeah.
But I don't know what the communicability is. Vis-a-vis licking. That's my
I had a lot of problems. I was like, people get athlete's foot. These are kids in high school. That like fungus and fucking wrestling mats, that's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like,
and also locker rooms.
Yeah, no.
Dorm showers.
Would they do this?
Yeah, irregular amounts of bathing that tend to happen with teens.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean less? I was like, yeah, they shower a lot. Oh, I feel.
I mean, or at least they don't know. They haven't been doing. Look, there's a lot of hormones. There's a lot of weird juices flowing. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, this stuff stops doing the same thing after a while. Like you get like you're at peak gross in many effects between like 12 and 15, 16. Like everything's just bubbling over. You're the fucking like make your own candy lab toy that's just like green goo and gummy worms. It's awful.
Okay.
The point is, Tenacious D is a band.
Yeah, great.
Love them. God love them.
That was started way back in the 2000s, I believe, maybe even 1999.
90s.
Yeah,
90s.
Yeah. Got together. You got an actor who you might all remember from the X-Files episode DPO. His name is Jack Black. Though his real first name is Thomas, but he goes by Jack. It's a family thing. I saw a video about this over the last few weeks. He named his kid Thomas too, even though he was like, I don't want to be passing this Thomas Black name on and calling everybody Jack, but he's going to do it too. They're all doing it.
God, societal pressures, man.
Yeah.
They're all jacking that Thomas.
I love him from, I know we talked about it, but Neverending Story 3. I think that needs to be talked about because he was the leader of the meanies. Great. And that was very important to me. That was not my introduction to Jack Black. I want to say it was, but when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, Jack Black, that's great. I'm so happy.
I've got a question about that.
Yeah.
I know conceptually that he was in Neverending Story 3, and I remember him in the X-Files episode properly.
Yes.
Is he also in like a leather jacket in an arcade in Neverending Story?
Yeah. He's definitely in a leather jacket.
He's the same character in both of those?
What years? I'm going to have to IMDb this. I should have had this pulled up. What's wrong with me, guys?
You're great. You're great. Yeah, he's been in a surprising amount of things. Because I was trying to remember some of the older films that I had seen him in. Also, he's in Bob Roberts, which is a Tim Robbins movie. It's kind of a political farce. Came out in '92.
Was in the
He's also in Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. And Sandra
one with
Bullock.
The seashells?
Yeah, with the seashells.
Yeah.
And Murder, Death, Kill, and all the other nonsense. Yeah. He's in the movie Waterworld with Kevin Costner.
What? That movie.
Me too.
He's in Dead Man Walking. He's in Biodome.
Yes.
Okay.
And Kyle.
For a second, I thought he was. I'm looking at archive footage. He was in Biodome?
Just as it's both him and Kyle. Yeah. No, they're in the movie too, but just for like a hot second.
Yeah, they have a brief cameo kind of thing.
This is really difficult because he has done a lot of stuff in every facet of things that he can do.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Really
wonderful.
I mean, let's just
he was a taxi driver on the Golden Girls? The Golden Palace. What's that?
The Golden Palace?
What's that? Yeah, what's the Golden Palace?
You got me.
Came out in 1992 after Dorothy remarries and moves away.
It's a spin-off of Golden Girls?
Spin-off?
Called Golden Palace? This is new to me.
Blanche Rose and Sophia open a hotel.
Do we need to watch the first episode of this?
Mean,
he's
an Airborne? What a great movie.
Yeah.
That makes
Airborne.
Sense.
That's your rollerblading movie. Cable Guy, Mars Attacks.
Oh, yeah.
He's an Enemy of the State.
That sounds like a serious one. Wait, is that
It's Will Smith and Gene Hackman. I think that Jack Black is like a state operative tech guy.
Oh, bummer.
I think it's one of those things where he sits and they give him thick glasses and they just have him like type at a computer and say a couple of things.
Sure.
Yeah.
He was like friends with the comedy crew from The State. So I was like, was this
Enemy of the State would be, that'd be great if that was a state movie.
I mean, Tenacious D was part of like the State's extended cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't there an HBO show related to the State? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it started as like shorts on the State, I think.
I thought I had a crossover with David Cross and
David Cross is
but I thought they had a separate
Mr. Show.
Sorry, I've been saying the State. I meant Mr. Show the whole time. So I retract
That's what you said.
My joke earlier.
Consider it fixed in post. Just give me Kelly. Give me 4 more versions of the show. Sorry, give me 4 more versions of Mr. Show. Okay, look, I'm gonna give you another version of that. No, yeah, this is terrible. I'm not gonna.
My bad, my mistake.
Yeah, so connected to Mr. Show, they get on. They got their TV show. They start this band. Jack Black's awesome. Jack Black breaks through mostly in High Fidelity. Would we all agree?
I think so, but I only know that
where he became like a leading man after that.
Yeah, he kind of gets to be in bigger roles in movies from that point, right? He's in a bunch of stuff up until 2000. And High Fidelity, he is effectively the shared second sidekick to John Cusack's character, but he's so big and charming and compelling, and then he does Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye at the end of the movie, and it's a huge big thing, right? Everybody's blown away because it's like, oh shit, this dude can sing. Like, he seemed like he was a joke the whole time, and the way that the movie plays it, makes you assume that literally everybody in the cast similarly thought like this guy can't sing, and then he blew everybody away. Super cool thing. So then he's in Saving Silverman and Shallow Hal and Orange County and Ice Age and School of Rock and Envy, a movie I saw that made me sad.
I can't remember. Oh, was it the one about? Oh no, I thought it was a different one.
Envy is him and Ben Stiller. They're both inventors, and then I think Jack Black. Well, they invent a spray that makes poop disappear.
Oh, that's lovely.
And they don't so it's basically like Jack Black makes a bunch of money selling this magical make poop disappear spray. But of course, it has to backfire, and so all the poop reappears eventually.
No.
But it's just but it has that like 2000s Ben Stiller energy where it's just he's really unhappy, and it's sort of a bummer to watch after a while because you're like, this isn't funny. This is just a tortured man being tortured before my eyes. And
it also sounds a little bit like it might be an allegory for like destroying the climate. Like we were all very concerned with the ozone at that point in time.
Sure, yeah.
So
we're gonna make things disappear.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, no, we didn't. You didn't make them disappear just by not seeing them. It's still there. The shit is still there.
It's floating in the ocean.
Yeah. But yeah, King Kong, side part in Anchorman, Nacho Libre, The Holiday.
Yeah, everybody loves The Holiday. That's when everyone fell in love with Jack Black.
Yeah, he's now the leading male of our hearts.
True. Yeah. Very true.
Kung Fu Panda, Tropic Thunder, Gulliver's Travels,
he was in Tropic
Year
Thunder?
1, Kung Fu Panda 2. I mean,
and what about the Tenacious D movie?
And the Tenacious D movie.
With an incredible
The Pick of
cast.
Destiny.
Yeah, that did have an incredible cast. I rented it.
It fucking flopped.
I didn't finish it, and my rental expired.
Whoops.
I had like 20 minutes left. It has been a long
you'll never know how it ends.
Yeah, I mean, I could re-rent it. I should have purchased it. But if you rent something twice, that means you should have purchased it and you've made a mistake.
It's true. This is true. Dave Grohl plays Satan in that movie.
Yeah.
Pretty
Amy
great.
Poehler plays a waitress. Tim Robbins plays a guy who's missing a leg.
Oh, is that like a Lieutenant Dan thing? I haven't seen this either.
He lost it when he went after the Pick of Destiny.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That is where you.
But he missed his leg. I paid more attention to that movie than I thought I did. Good on me. Congrats.
Let's talk about the movie. Chelsea, tell us about that movie. Every bit that you remember.
So, I might get it mixed up because I tried to watch some of the HBO series as well, and it has similar themes, just like their first album. Just them meeting and then kind of getting into a fight and being mad at each other and then having to like go forward. I feel like they get in fights a lot. That's like their thing, right? They fight all the time because they love each other, but they also hate each other, but they also love each other.
Yeah, the album is loaded with these sort of interstitial skits.
Yeah.
Where they bicker. They bicker like an old married couple. But about rock or about fucking or about something. Yeah. But
anything.
They bicker.
Singing, etc. Yeah. So I read an anecdote from when they first met, which was, it was like right after Jack Black dropped out of college and he joined an acting troupe club. I don't know. Tim Robbins. Right. It's a Tim Robbins thing. And Kyle Gass was already in it because he was an actor too. Character actor, but also a musician.
Man, Tim Robbins has so much range. Sorry.
Dude.
He's very tall.
Yeah, that's what does it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He's got a lot of room in his body for all that kinetic energy.
Yeah. You can range from the floor to the tips of your fingertips.
From the window to the wall.
Yeah.
So Kyle was like the music guy in that acting group. And then when Jack Black joined, he's got this huge personality and is like, I could be the music guy. And it sounds like Kyle legitimately got huffy and quit that acting group. And then Jack Black had to like go stand outside his house in the rain with a boombox or whatever to get it back.
This is the same as the movie. So they just wrote what they knew.
Autobiographical.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. This is such an interesting, like, this album, you know, comes out when I'm 20 years old. You're all 6.
Yeah.
12.
and it's like a huge breakthrough thing for me, for my friends, for the whole vibe is just this record both totally rocks and is also being clever in a way that is not like anything sort of preceding it for the last 10 to 15 years, right? Like it's smarter than, because contextually we're on the heels of Jerky Boys and shit like that, right? Where it's like prank calls and being gross on purpose and whatever. And now, granted, like Tenacious D has a lot of gross stuff in it. And as I was re-listening and enjoying it, I was also like,
you're like,
this has a lot of problems. Like, there's a lot of things here that I'm embarrassed to have thought were funny at one point in my life, because they shouldn't be funny, even though they are. But there's also a level to which I think there's such an irony attached to all of the things that it's still okay to be like, I see what they did there.
What they did there.
You know, I don't believe for a second that Jack Black and Kyle Gass are like, we really need to tell people about fucking ladies hard or gently. We don't need to, like, the numerous skits that go into gross, immature stuff. Great. It's great. It's fine.
So the reason I suggested this, or rather the inciting incident for suggesting this album, is I was over at a friend's house for dinner, family dinner, and this came on the, Spotify or whatever, and it was Hard Fucking, and I was like, oh man, nostalgia, and they were like, the girls don't need to hear that. They're kids who are like 4. They skipped it. And I was like, I don't really remember it being like, are they even going to understand it? And then listened to the album later and was like, oh my.
Yeah.
There's language. And
it's comprised almost exclusively of language.
Yeah, almost exclusively.
Some music in there. Just a little bit.
Just a little.
There was a part where when I was listening to it, I was like folding laundry and I like chuckled at something, and then I immediately was like, no, don't laugh at that.
Yeah. It's extremely mature. It's extremely like, it is edgelordy in a way that I think speaks to the way that we sort of diverged at that internet point in reality, where some young men in my cohort probably went, oh, this is reality. This is cool. This is truth. Yep. This is me being able to align, because again, like, Jack Black and Kyle they're not like conventional rock looking guys also. So we're coming on the heels of your Guns N' Roses and all of the sort of stuff that has happened. This album comes out post grunge, so after we've regressed from the horny rock and roll thing into depressed rock and roll, and then come back through alt rock, which almost for the mid to late 90s, all alt rock is like sad guys whining about how the girl they like doesn't notice them, and everybody going like, that's me, nobody sees me. And then you go back and listen to Vertical Horizon and Tonic and a bunch of these bands, and you're like, fuck, these guys are creepy stalkers and this is horrible. And then Tenacious D comes out where it's like, no, we're going to rock out. And also, everything is poop and tits and fucking. And it's great. And
don't
you love
forget
it.
Weed.
And weed. Yeah.
And weed.
And that was a time when the country needed that. So.
And let's be fair. None of those things are bad on their face. Right? Like, they're all great things. It's mostly just the question
how they
of
put
how
them
it's
together.
How is it applied, and whether someone took the irony with them. Because I think the thing that was most interesting to me about this record was that it's like, it's a weird comedy record that actually has really good music, right?
Which I don't think I realized as a kid when I was listening to this. Like, I remember glomming onto it because it's funny and Jack Black has this huge personality, and so it's so fun to like drive around with your friends and scream along to the music. But I don't think that I had ever really listened to the music independent of the lyrics until prepping for this. It fucking whips.
It does. It whips. And this comes too, like, you have to think about previous big comedy music that happened. Like, in the mid-90s, we have Dennis Leary's song Asshole, which is not really a rock song, but it's a song where he basically takes his entire, like, I'm smoking, I want to be able to just order a coffee and buy cigarettes and eat steak, and I'm going to sing a song about it, energy. And that's a huge deal. Yeah. And there just isn't anything that's this sort of earnest and musically capable and fun to listen to, and also generally speaking, like it's like memorable and fun to the point where some of the songs lose their meaning and then regain them. Mm-hmm. And then some songs that are just plain silly, like Wonder Boy remains one of my favorite songs of all time. It is a great song, and it is so silly and stupid, but it just rips. It's great.
And Jack Black's, I'm not even going to call it falsetto because it isn't falsetto, but his navigation,
it's real setto
from chest voice. It is real setto though. Like, he so delicately climbs from chest voice into head voice and just like alights on these top notes. I was like stopping and rewinding and like actually listening with my like choir ears, and I was like, God damn, like that is hard to do. Fact, sometimes to do. Oh, right, to do. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You keep your choir ears in a box?
I do. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
They cause problems if I wear them all the time.
Sure. Yeah. Tribute, great song. Tribute's a great song too, right?
That is their first song,
and it's still to this day their biggest song too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How did you guys find out? How did you start listening to Tenacious D? Were you like, oh, I like them from this show? Like, what is your origin story? Because we know I came into this only loving Jack Black and maybe having heard a couple things, but not really diving into it. I want to know your guys' origin stories. With
one of my roommates in that house near the high school was like, we maybe went to a Virgin Megastore or a Sam Goody or something. Like, this shit was still open because, once again, I am old.
No, Sam Goody was real for me too.
Yeah. But yeah, we would have gone to that. One of my roommate's sisters worked for Warner Brothers, the record label. So we had got like the first Coldplay album like 7 months before it came out. So like, I listened to that whole thing and was like, whoa, I love this. And then got to feel like an indie hipster for the first time when I was 20, because I was like, I've been listening to that for months. I looked, and I don't believe that Tenacious D was released on the same thing. So I don't think that's how that happened. I think that he would have gone and picked the record up because something. Like, he probably got told. So this was a situation where my roommate Derek's older brother was like 6 years older or something. And he was the kind of older brother that would just be like, you got to check this thing out. And then that's
how you, I feel like when we were growing up, or when Chelsea and I were growing up, Nate, you were already an adult.
No, I was long dead by the time you were growing up.
But that's like how you discovered music, right? Yeah. Like, up until LimeWire was a thing, I was just getting music from my friend's older.
Yeah. Somebody had to tell you. And like, because part of the reason I didn't discover a lot of these things myself until well into college was I didn't have any siblings. So like, I only heard about stuff my parents wanted to listen to, which wasn't bad, but it was definitely like, it had its own era. So when I like had high school, high school friends also got into stuff, but I mean, like, I listened to like Weezer, which was fine, and Offspring, which was fine, like, you know, and then the radio was like your Wallflowers and your Counting Crows, yada yada. But I mean, that's all like very down the middle kind of stuff. Tenacious D's not down the middle.
How dare you say that about Eve 6?
I know. I don't want to put your tender heart in a blender and watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion.
I guess TRL. A lot of TRL.
Sure. Yeah.
I did a lot of like staying up really, really late to watch the music videos that they don't show during the day and then recording them on VHS.
Yeah. Yeah, what was that block called? It had like a...
Was it 120 minutes?
I listened to
after
rock.
Dark.
I listened to All Things Rock, and that's what I was like listening to something the other day. It was like a used song, and I was like, I can't remember what the song was. Does it have Buried in the name? And then we had to like go through and find the song, and I was like, I remember the music video very vividly, but I did not remember anything else from it because I could only get like pieces of it when I like. That's how because I didn't talk. My brother liked rap a lot. I didn't like rap a lot, so we didn't cross over very often. I was trying to think of one we did cross over, and now I can't. Tenacious D might have been one that he may have listened to that I didn't get into. He did like comedy stuff. I don't know. Maybe I didn't listen to them because he did. Maybe I was just being contrarian, you know.
But you know, define yourself. Like tribute, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard it before, but not. This was the first time I think I've ever listened to it all the way through. Yeah. This was brand new to me. I'm going to be real with you guys. I was like, oh, this is not for me. And then I watched the movie and I was like, this might be for me. And then, and then I was excited to talk to you guys because I was like, I'm going to give it a listen after. And I feel like I'm going to feel differently. So I'm just really excited for the full circle that I'm about to have.
I don't think that I ever really listened to the album start to finish. Like I knew the big ones that had music videos. So what? That's Tribute and Wonder Boy and
Fuck Her Gently.
So I knew those, but I'm trying to think like how I was introduced to them. I mean, it must have been either MTV or Comedy Central.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense. Yeah.
I watched so much Comedy Central.
Yeah, I was gonna say Comedy Central feels like it would have popped up on that. It
must have been that.
Yeah.
But I don't have a real memory of like finding out about them. Like Tribute is almost platonic me. Like it just existed in the ether and now I know it and always have and will, I guess. But I do remember like vivid memories of, no offense, Nate, idiot boys in high school singing these songs like in the halls and being like, shut up. I like this song and I don't want to associate it with you.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think one thing is, as I recall, the CD was probably like a CD plus or something, or it was like a CD DVD mix thing where you know how a lot of these albums had like a couple of music videos on them.
Yeah.
Because I remember we watched the Fuck Her Gently video, which was done by the Ren and Stimpy guy.
Yeah.
John Crifalusi.
Impossible last name.
There's a lot of consonants in there. Nothing wrong with that.
I appreciate you attempting it.
Yeah. That and like that video was funny to us. There and like look on Front Street, like still a virgin when we're watching this. Like I don't have any clue. Like I'm absorbing this information in a very like kind of way,
cerebral way.
Yeah. Like wait, is this a thing? What?
No, you can't learn about sex from Tenacious D.
What is Zabars? Zanzibar. Yeah.
Is that? That's like a California thing. Jack Black is Californian, I think, right?
Isn't that a place? What is that? Is that a sex thing?
No, I think it's a restaurant.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. That's why I thought Zabars, but that's a different thing altogether.
Zaxby's.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look, the important thing is we haven't podcasted in a while and we're back.
We're back.
No, so there's that element. The other thing is that I think the cool thing about this record is that I think 60% of it is for everybody. I think I think this is a unique, very like, it's very weird that it's this tiny piece of a pie in that it's a comedy rock record, but it also has like a solid 25 minutes that anybody could enjoy.
Yeah, I think so. Especially if you don't listen to the lyrics of some of the rowdier ones.
Sure. Well, or you got to take the lyrics of them in, because it's all elevated, right? It's like some of the idea of this is all rock music is saying this anyway, and we're just going to take it up another notch to say the thing that they're not saying.
I just love the bit that they're doing. Like, it's their first album. They are just two guys, like, and yet they perform this music and behave as though like they're the biggest rock stars in the world. Like that whole sketch, I think it was a sketch and not a song on the album, where they're talking about like, oh, this song is going to make us famous, we're going to go on the road, like this is how we're going to get all the women. Like such a stupid bit, but like people make that their personality, and like Tenacious D is like pointing fun at that. So funny. Like we all know that guy. I went to high school with that guy. That guy in high school asked me to be in a band with him, and I was like, girl.
And he immediately was like, no, I'm a guy.
I'm a guy. We're gonna bag all the chicks.
Yeah.
And I was like, Houston.
We have a problem?
Yep, sure.
We did. We sure did.
Yeah, it's I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing that's interesting, is that there is a sincerity in the way that this is delivered, because they are both so professional. They're so good at doing their job. And Jack Black has cultivated this really amazing, dramatic persona where he can go into a space. I mean, we've all, during the course of our break between this and the previous record, like we've been sharing Jack Black and Kyle Gass covering Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Oh, yeah.
And,
so good.
And you can see Jack Black goes on and covers like More Than This, I think, with Jimmy Fallon at one point. They covered Foolish Game with the Chris Isaak song. Yeah. They did a brief cover of that. The thing is like he's so capable of delivering these things with earnestness that you sort of believe it, even though the thing is and I think that you would believe it even more if you just listened to it than if you watched him do it. Because there is a way that Jack Black flails around. Listeners, I'm flailing.
Yeah, you are.
He flails. He does this. He puffs his chest out. He kind of does a Donald Trump walk where his ass goes back really far and his chest goes forward. And he's just kind of like waddling forward. And he does this rock and roll waddle that tells you, look, I'm really talented, but this isn't serious.
I mean, that walk, that's the Mick Jagger walk.
It absolutely is. Yeah. It absolutely is. That's a good call. But he's doing this thing that he carries himself with such professional, like, comedic energy that when you listen to the album, you go, oh, these guys are fucking cool. They're just saying whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I can totally understand how how so many dipshits would misinterpret this as like, this is authentic existence. Like, this is how we're supposed to be. Yeah. We're going to go get on the road. We're going to be real. We're going to fuck some chicks. And it's like, no.
But do you play guitar like Kyle Gass plays guitar?
Right. With mind bullets?
Like, dude, that's telekinesis. He shreds, man.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they both shred. Like they're both incredible.
Kyle taught Jack how to play guitar.
Oh,
I totally believe it.
Yeah, isn't it cute?
Yeah, that's adorable.
Yeah,
that does happen in the movie.
Oh, good, man.
They really did.
We should watch the movie.
they just autobiographical the movie. That's so good.
Become my favorite movie after this. Except there's like a really long poop joke that I was like, I don't like this, and then I had to rethink, and I was like, do I? I don't know where I'm at with my life right now.
I think you got to get stoned and then try it again, because that's really who their target demo was.
That's a good point.
This is also comedy that's for sort of in-group recycling, because there's a lot of there are a lot of movies and things that become funnier because we watch them with people we're friends with, and then we talk about how we watch them. And then eventually, I mean, this is the way the Simpsons, like early Simpsons are for me, where I just will drop a line from a Simpsons episode into common speech because it just is a way of telling other people something and they'll get it. And it no longer has anything to do with how it was delivered or how funny it was or any of that stuff. It's taken on a whole life of its own. And that's what's happening with this.
Yeah, it becomes shorthand. Like, no, literally, if anybody says Zanzibar, that I'm thinking of Tenacious D. Like, I can't. Yeah. There are just certain phrases that, like, hit you like a brick wall with, like, memory. Did you guys... okay, you were listing other musical comedy. I consider myself somebody who does not like me, but I love Tenacious D.
I like Weird Al.
Oh, sure, of course. Weird Al's a classic.
Yeah. But if you go, like, what, Bo Burnham? Would that be a recent?
See, Bo Burnham's doing comedy set to music. Or, I mean, really, I kind of think Bo Burnham's just
sad,
doing music
stuff,
that occasionally has comedic beats.
Yeah, he used to do comedy, but now it's less like that. I don't like the one. There was a guy that came out that was a piano guy that was not very.
I know you're thinking.
Is it Stephen Lynch?
Oh, Lynch, yeah.
Oh, I don't know who you're thinking of. Who am I thinking of? Last name starts with an M. Doesn't matter. Could be Stephen Lynch. And I just
Mitchum. No.
Yeah. Yes.
Tim?
Yes. Mitchum? You know who I'm talking about, though.
I mean,
I'm just gonna mumble some things together, and you're gonna get it.
Correct.
Thank
you. Flight of the Conchords, another comedy music outfit, but they come out after Tenacious D.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe they were inspired by
spiritual successor.
Sure. Yeah, I think there's right because like Business Time is doing some Tenacious D things, but it's walking it back. Like it's a little more polite. Tenacious D's things, it's like we're in your face, we're doing rock music, we're doing rock persona. Like all of this is meant to be experienced with a tongue fully extended.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Face painted, big hair, etc. Actually, they described themselves as Simon and Garfunkel meets Black Sabbath.
Great. Yeah. Sure.
And I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's
exactly perfect. Like metal, but also these like lush vocal harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly, were you thinking of Tim Minchin?
I sure was.
Great.
Yeah. Are there other ones? Do we have any other ones we can comment on?
Howard Kremer. He had a podcast for a while. Rodney Carrington apparently did some comedy. Billy Connolly. The Irish comedian / poet / he was a replacement teacher on Head of the Class. Got a thing. Weird. Yeah, and of course Weird Al. Weird Al, who's doing this is all about being clever, but in kind of a Mad Magazine way.
Yes.
Not in like a horny way. Although you watch the Weird Al movie that was on Roku channel last year or the year before that. He's doing some stuff. And UHF, he does some stuff. There's some stuff going on that's like bigger. But yeah, nothing quite like Tenacious D.
And they were like, their origin story is fucking insane. Like, they were touring and selling out big theaters before they even had a goddamn album. Like,
that's really
like Tribute was their first real Tenacious D song. I guess when they got together, they were gonna make like earnest music, and so they made one like heartbroken love song first. I want to say it's a girl's name. I don't know. Apparently it's on YouTube, but I didn't listen to it. And then they were like, ooh, that felt gross. I didn't like that. And so then they decided to lean into the comedy, and out comes fucking Tribute. And they played at like one of the shows where like in the alt comedy scene is where they were playing. And so they're playing this song to theaters where people are there to see David Cross and Janine Garofalo and the people actually from the state, as well as Tim Robbins, etc. And like that's how they became known, their song just whipped so hard that David Cross approached them their first show. Their very first show. They have a single song, and David Cross is like, that rules. Yeah. Will you please open for us?
Yeah, they're at Al's Bar in 1994. And they do Tribute live for the first time. And then
it's the first time they do it, and then after that,
first time
live debut of Tribute.
First time.
It was the only song, and then they gave the audience a chance to vote on the name of the band. Name. So the options they gave were Pets or Meat, Balboa's Biblical Theater, and the Axe Lords featuring Gorgazon's Mischief.
This is a lot of words.
That's too many
in
words.
All of them.
They didn't end up going with any of those. But because the venue was kind of this hotbed for upcoming bands, David Cross was there, met them, and were like, hey, you got to come on a live Mr. Show and do this. So then Jack Black gets cast in 95. They just get bigger and bigger over time. They still don't have an album out, right? It's like 95, 96.
They tour the country.
Yeah.
Before they have the album.
They played a residency at the Viper Room. I don't think the Viper Room still exists, but like the Viper Room, I believe, was the place that River Phoenix was when he died. Like he OD'd at the Viper Room. Damn, the Viper Room was like the place where young, hot, up and coming people went in LA.
Yeah.
But they're playing in the Viper Room. They end up meeting Dave Grohl there because a vocalist for the band Scream invited Dave Grohl. They were friends. Dave Grohl's like, oh, hey, cool. And then suddenly now they have a drummer for their album because Dave Grohl is the drummer on the album Tenacious D.
I did not know that.
Plays on all of their albums.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, Dave Grohl loves doing shit like this. That's the thing that's cool about Dave Grohl. Like, you know, whether you like Foo Fighters' late stuff or whatever, or any of it, like, Dave Grohl is a stand-up, interesting, cool guy who just seems to love doing music so much more than anything else that, like, that's what he loves to do.
Yeah, and he's good at it, so hell yeah.
Keep on keeping on.
But yeah, I guess he approached them at the Viper Room. Like, he went backstage before the show and was just like, hey, I've heard y'all are fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. And they were like, Dave Grohl, oh my God.
They're both featured in a cameo in the Learn to Fly video because they met Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl was like, hey, come be in the music video for one of these Foo Fighters hits.
It's just a fun music video.
Yeah.
So
I assume that they're probably seated on the airplane because isn't that the whole thing is like Dave Grohl and Taylor and everybody they're dressed as flight attendants?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
And also other people. They play like multiple characters.
Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah. They had so much fun.
Do you know? So I know that Maynard James Keenan invited Tenacious D to go on tour with Tool, and that they did that. Do you know when that happened? If it was before or after the album had come out? I think it was before, but I'm not positive.
Just a moment.
Oh. We're consulting the internet.
We're going to ask.
Let me just call Maynard James Keenan.
In the meantime, can we talk about... Sorry, I'm going to spin really far off and we're going to have to loop back around. In the Tenacious D movie, Ben Stiller was in it. We talked about Ben Stiller earlier. And I forgot how much I really love Ben Stiller. And I know he's like kind of depressing. But he played a character and it kind of reminded me of his character in Heavyweights.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he does a lot of ridiculous characters and I don't feel like I ever give him credit for that.
That's the thing I love about Ben Stiller is he does those good ridiculous characters very well.
Yeah.
He is compelling when he plays against type. I think it's mostly the movies where he plays the sad sack who's getting stepped all over that I can't stand. And that kind of
those are usually the ones that he writes, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, because he did like there's something about Mary. He did that, but that kind of worked because it was so wild. Yeah, but like Reality Bites, and then you had the Meet the Parents movies and all these things where it's just we're just gonna watch Ben Stiller get like repeatedly beat on until.
And he is he feels like he is Ben Stiller in the movies, but whenever he's like not Ben Stiller, you're like,
I love him in Dodgeball.
Amazing.
He's great. Yeah. He's great in the Anchorman movies. Like he shows up, he's over the top. goofy. Like Zoolander, great in Zoolander. Not so great in Zoolander 2, but no one is. Zoolander 2 is garbage.
I did not watch that.
Jack Black apparently did have a negative experience opening for Tool in 1995.
Well,
because the fans were not cool to them.
No, they wouldn't be. They would hate that. The thing about Tool's fans, Tool is the classic fans ruin the band example.
Sure.
Like, Maynard is a big comedy guy, and his character, especially for Tool, is performance art, and they suffer from the same thing where their fans like make it their whole personality and take it so seriously, and that isn't what they're doing or about. So yeah, you invite Tenacious D on, their fans are gonna fucking hate that.
Yeah. It's not mathy or serious enough. Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're a very lovable person, so.
But secretly you do hate Tenacious D, and you've been vocal about it.
I mean, I said I hate musical comedy. So
It's true. But somehow you love Mamma Mia. I don't understand.
Oh, that's different. Oh, yeah, also, there's a song on this album.
Dead and Breakfast also. You like you do like musical comedy.
Sorry. Let's make the delineation.
You don't like you like musicals, but not.
I like funny musicals,
there we go. Okay.
But I don't like sketches in my music.
Sure.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the distinction.
I would agree. I think that the weakness of the Tenacious D album is the sketches.
They don't hold up as well as the tunes.
They don't hold up because they're all very late 90s gross dude humor.
It is also why I watched the movie, because I wanted to have like context. I was like, this needs to flow and I need to see it flow. And I can't in my brain put it together.
And I'm gonna say this completely self-aware of the fact that we have a podcast where we tend to ramble.
Yeah.
No, we have what? What was the first hour of this podcast?
the bits in those sketches feel like, hey, we're just gonna hang out and riff and record it. Like, who cares? Who cares what it is? Like, it doesn't feel precise.
No.
I mean, it feels like they did a few takes, but it doesn't feel precise. It doesn't feel like it was tuned. It feels like we gotta fill a full-length album. Yeah. And much like this very podcast, it feels a little bit like, God, they probably could have cut this and it would have been okay.
So I thought a lot about this because I was trying to be generous because I like the music so much.
Sure,
so I was trying. Here's my best guess, is that they know these aren't good sketches and they are intentionally there to juxtapose the music that, as we have established, absolutely whips. So I feel like it's part of this persona that they've built around the band where it's like just two below average dudes who like make incredible music. That's the only thing I could think. But it's also like 97, so God knows.
Yeah. I 100% buy that. I would totally get on board with the idea that they sat down and they were like, hey, look, we're funny. No one's going to take us seriously as an actual band.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is do what people expect, which is they want a comedy rock record, so we have to have jokes on it. There has to be sections where it's clear that we're taking the piss out of ourselves so that it doesn't appear that we think that Tribute is a fucking killer song, even though it is, right? Or Wonder Boy is a legit song for playlists, but it is. And so, yeah, I can see how they're undercutting themselves in that way. And I think that maybe that was more interesting at the time. And over time, it's like, I really just kind of want to skip these.
I was going to say, that feels like a product of that time. Because a lot of albums did have, I mean, if you listen to the female pop albums at the time, which I did, they would have like voicemails and shit in them.
Salt and Pepper did a bunch of skits,
they would talk
right?
about stuff. You just like add little bits in it. And I did not feel like I was going to defend anything in this, but I loved parts of it because it felt like they were like having a sleepover and then they just got really tired and got really like giggly.
They had too much Mountain Dew and just like
I was
talk.
like, you guys.
I love to hear that though, because some of them I definitely had nostalgia around, but wasn't sure how.
Oh no, I thought
I
was gonna like upset you guys because I was like, I did not like it. And then but I feel like I'm defending it now, and I'm like, I liked their little skits. I thought it was adorable, and I thought they were cute. And I didn't dislike it. So I like watching the context with the and I watched part of the HBO series as well because that came out before. And then I watched the movie and then I didn't finish it. And I was like, well, I'll watch the HBO series. And then I didn't finish that. So I'm really good at not finishing stuff. But I did listen to the album a couple times. I listened to it twice in order and then a bunch of times on random. And I don't know, my brain couldn't the end.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's do an exercise.
Yeah.
There are 21 tracks on this album. I'm going to read through them and let's just give a quick reaction to each thing, okay?
Okay.
This is kind of fun.
Okay.
I remember all of them.
Mm-hmm. We kind of will. We kind of will. We kind of won't. That's okay.
I might need you guys to. Can I have you expand or sing them if I can't remember them?
Maybe you can.
I'm bad with titles.
I don't know if I'm going to remember all of them, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so
I'm furious. Can I just complain real quick?
Sure.
I took notes on each song, and then I accidentally overwrote it because of the cloud, and I'm so mad.
Let's burn
people think the cloud's better. Like you could have just a stack of paper with all your notes on it, but instead it's all gone.
That's what I should have done. Don't name your notes the same thing on two separate devices, folk.
Learn from me. That's what it did.
That's what happened.
Oh no,
yeah. That's shitty.
That's real
was
shitty.
Was it book one or Untitled? Man, I have all those.
It should drop a little parentheses one with it or whatever. That's absurd.
I know, right? Okay, that's what I'm screaming. I'm gonna sue.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think we should. As a podcast, listeners, we're doing a class action lawsuit. We're suing to get Kelly's notes about the Tenacious D album back. And $1 billion in damages.
And $1 billion in damages.
I'm psychologically traumatized, and I just heard about it.
So are all of our listeners.
I don't know if I could go to work tomorrow. I don't
think that you should.
I'm a little, I'm broken.
Can you write me a note?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I have a good scribbly signature, so it'll look like a doctor.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Have him do it. Mine looks like a child.
Also, could be a doctor.
Both good. Yeah. Both sign it.
No, but it's like, a 4-year-old just learned how to write her name. Like, it's not.
So fine, it's a pediatrician. What? Like, we're good.
Okay, all right.
My doctor is a 4-year-old, and
track number 1 is Kielbasa.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to say about Kielbasa.
Mm-hmm. I already don't remember it.
The music fucking rules.
The music rules.
It is such a cool song. The lyrics are
atrocious.
Yeah. They're very bad because it's all just big dick stuff.
Oh, yeah, I do remember. I'm back.
Your fucking song. If you like this is sort of like a Scrambled Eggs Yesterday thing. Like, you're both familiar with that, right? That like Paul McCartney wrote the song Yesterday and didn't have lyrics, so he just said scrambled eggs. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs. That was the whole thing. And then they fixed it because John Lennon existed, and so there was the possibility of adding content. This could be like one of the best songs ever with a punch up from a lyricist.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question about this one. It starts off with wieners and butts.
Yep.
And then there's a whole part about Dianetics.
Sure, yeah.
What?
Best part of the song. That's the best part of the song.
I agree.
That's it.
I agree.
That's it.
But like, is this just the scrambled eggs? I was like,
yeah.
It's like, what is it? Dianetics Junior something Krishnas?
Yeah. I feel like that whole thing is just this weird, like, we're just going to do a religion's like word association thing.
It's very like, this is a bold way to start the album.
Yeah. It's bold to start an album both speaking in tongues and actively dissociated.
Yeah.
Where you're like, this, I'm rocking out, but am I high? Did I get high?
But that one's like bluesy. It gets like funky. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Yeah, the bass and everything, and that's it's good. Ooh. It's a good song. Ooh. It's good music. It's good music.
Yes.
Track 2 is the one note song skit, which I also think is good because it has a cute quaintness. It feels like it calls back to like Steve Martin or the Smothers Brothers or something where it's like, right? And it's just, we're doing one note. We're going to make a song about it.
But
it's
bend
cute.
it sometimes.
Sometimes. It's cute. It's a cute piece. Then we go into tribute. It is, in fact, the greatest song in the world. And it's
the greatest and best song in the world.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
I read a little about that. Apparently, they wrote that song because one of them was like, the best song in the world is some Metallica song. I don't know. They were wrong about that.
Sure. Don't tell Lars.
And then I'll tell him. And then the other was like, damn, that means that we can never write the best song. And the other was like, but we can write a tribute. And out came tribute.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking bop, best man. Song. Holds like, up.
There's a Mark Wahlberg movie called, is it called Rock? Wait, it's called Rockstar. Have you heard of this movie?
Oh God, I love that movie.
It came out several years ago.
It's always on VH1.
Mark Wahlberg's band's whole thing is they're just a tribute band for another metal band.
Well, they were a tribute band. And sorry, you're gonna tell the plot, and I'm gonna ruin it by talking.
Chelsea, go ahead. You know the movie. Talk.
Yeah, tell us. I love the movie. So Mark Wahlberg then becomes the lead singer of the band because his voice is so much like the lead singer. So he goes and joins the band, and then ends up
he was in the tribute band.
Who was his girlfriend? Meg Ryan?
Jennifer Aniston.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Who am I apologizing to? Jennifer Aniston or Meg Ryan? They're both beautiful.
They're both
they don't need your apologies. They're wealthy and they've had a good life.
Wait, who?
I can't tell white ladies apart. Wait, I have a point of clarification. So he was the lead singer of the tribute band and then graduated to the proper band?
The basic,
not the proper original.
No, yeah, it is exactly like Journey.
The band Journey that it's about, right?
Steve Perry, the lead singer of Journey, was no longer able to sing. So they went out to find a replacement. And for a little while, they had a guy who was, I believe, from the Philippines singing.
They did. I saw them.
Adam Lambert?
No, I saw Philippines guy.
You saw Philippines guy. Okay.
Out of his mind. Mm-hmm. It was a very
weird
way
show.
Or
a bad way?
He did not. It was in Arkansas. Like, what do you think? Sorry.
Amazing is the answer.
It was sweaty and weird. Anyway.
This is at the pavilion.
But they what I heard about Steve Perry though was he had like hip surgery and he was like, I gotta recover. And then the band was like, I would love money though. But I like money, but money.
And I mean, money. The hips. And
so they got
the
money, and got the Philippines guy.
Famously
and everybody in the Philippines has beautiful voices. Sorry, I've been watching a bunch of TikToks of people doing karaoke, and I am so impressed. They are far superior to us in every way. I don't know. I assume singing is every way. So. Yeah. You might want to edit this out. I don't know if this is problematic. I don't know.
I think this is the best kind of racism, is the kind where you say everyone in the Philippines has a beautiful singing voice.
Better.
That's
I don't think that's racism.
Things can be way worse.
I think that we should not have singers here anymore, and just the Philippines should give us all of our singers.
Now we're approaching racism.
What?
No. Yeah. So
okay,
now
I'll back up. I'll back up.
So this guy's name is Arnel Pineda, and he's now the singer of Journey since 2007.
Is he still the singer? What? Adam Lambert did Queen, right?
Adam Lambert did Queen. That's what I was doing wrong, was thinking it was Adam Lambert. Yeah.
Oh, that feels bad to me. Okay, go on.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, in Rockstar, Mark Wahlberg is the lead singer of a tribute band for another band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The band members are all like, hey, buddy, we want to write our own music. And he's like, no, this is about being a tribute band. So it's weird, because his character arc is initially that he doesn't want to become an actual rock star. He just wants to be a cover guy. But then the band that he's been covering needs his specific role, and he gets to fill in.
That movie is not problematic. That is because they kick out their lead singer because he ends up being gay.
Yeah.
So then they replace him with Mark Wahlberg.
Who
Mark Wahlberg,
famously
actually, speaking
not
of
a great guy.
What? Speaking of 9/11,
wasn't he the one who was like,
is he a
9/11? No, he was like 9/11 wouldn't have gone down that way if I'd been on the plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was very vocal about how he would have stopped it were he on one of the airplanes.
Sure, I'm sure.
And Not to mention the movie is sort of hilariously miscast because Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston are both in their early 30s when the movie is filmed, but they're clearly playing people who have to be like 22 to 23
Oh
years
yeah,
old.
they did look very
like there's a
it didn't match very well. Okay, I'm glad that because even when I was younger, I was like, this seems weird.
Yeah, no, they should be children. They should not be doing what they're doing.
Oh, so that makes me feel so validated. I didn't even realize that I had that problem. I'm so happy you said that.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm here to help. If there's one thing this podcast can provide, it's that at least one of the three of us feels better about themselves at the end.
But we're so happy it's me today.
So. Yeah. Yep. So 3, 2, 1. I gotta feel worse. Next track is Wonder Boy. Great song. So good.
Beautiful.
Such a riff. So great. I mean, the like that whole like it's just perfect.
It's so good. I wondered, it almost sounds like they're doing a tribute to another band.
Oh.
There's something familiar to me about it, and not in like, oh, I remember this from when I was a kid. Does it sound like another band to you? Like a specific one?
I couldn't say a specific one, no, but it does sort of tap into like the platonic form of this sort of song. Like it is somehow,
I guess it was just...
it's somehow like reaching up into the atmosphere and being like, okay, we're just going to pull the best parts of this kind of song down and do our take on it.
Yeah,
and really,
okay.
The only thing that's like, and this isn't even a downside, but I mean, you know, it's also about this Wonder Boy taking a shit in a canyon, and that's like the crescendo of the song, which
Wonder Boy. It's his voice is like legitimately beautiful.
It's so good. It's so good. It's amazing how good his voice is. Next one is a skit. It's the hard fucking skit, which is you know, it's basic. It sounds like two guys trying to fake locker room talk in the way that is necessary to set up the song that follows it.
But I think that fake locker room talk is key to note.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think it feels at all like they mean it. It doesn't feel sincere.
Not at all. They like laugh at themselves halfway through. Like there's a turn in this sketch where they're like, oh, okay, oh boy, we really just gotta get to the end of this so that we can play the music.
yeah. They're like, we gotta get out of here. Which brings us to Fuck Her Gently, a song that, again, it's... Here's the thing.
He's not wrong, though.
No, there is some valid prescriptive content.
Yeah.
It is also an eminently memorable song. It is one of the few, it's one of the songs that I feel like I will still remember the lyrics to on my deathbed. No matter how much dementia or inertia or anything happens to me, I will remember these lyrics because they're just so, what the fuck? Okay, sure, yeah.
And it's also just fucking catchy.
Yeah.
Like it's just a good song. So it's easy to, like, you just glom onto that. I don't know. My brain is like a steel trap for not even lyrics necessarily, but like triggers. Like if somebody says part of the lyric, I'm going to be able to respond with the other part. And yeah, same on my deathbed.
Yeah.
It's going to be there. It's going to be in there. I won't be able to recall it upon request.
Oh, I was going to say, do we sing part of the song to you when you're...
Yeah,
should we do that? And be like, let's see. Let's
yes, we'll
right now.
We'll all show up to record our 1000th episode of Debut Buddies. And Kelly will be catatonic and we'll just have to try to reach you.
Let me be.
That would be a beautiful way to
know that if I'm catatonic, I'm finally at peace.
But yeah, I mean, it's also, it's like, it's weird. It's a weird song. It still doesn't feel good to listen to. It feels like,
yeah.
But again, it probably is good advice for most people. Most men.
I mean, truly, the song though is about like talk to her.
Yeah. Be
you
romantic.
Know what you like. What
get
does
consent.
She like?
Yeah, all these things.
Figure it out together.
Yeah. Be a communicative partner is the name. Is the alternate title of the song.
Yeah.
Our next track is Explosivo.
Dude, this song whips. I'm gonna say it about every song.
Yeah. they're all gonna whip. And the thing is that from here on, we're in this zone where now everything's gonna be about 2 minutes or less for a while,
which is very punk rock.
It's great. Like
the Ramones.
Well, it speaks to. It's also very much like Guided by Voices, a band that I like very much. That it's an indie rock band. They I think they've put out like 40 records in like 15 or 20 years. Like,
sorry, I didn't
that's
mean to
they constantly release music. But the thing is Robert Pollard, who is the lead singer and principal songwriter, like they just crank out like 1.5 to 2 minute long songs, and then it's like, here's a record with 21-minute songs on it, boom, done.
Yeah.
And then 6 weeks later, here's another record with 21-minute songs on it.
I kind of like that.
It's not bad. It's really not bad, because if you figure out, because I think one of the things that's so nice about this record is it's so riff based, they're so catchy, that something like Explosivo, the next song Dio, which also does a great job of like, hey, we're going to reference one of the people who really informed us, right? Because they're talking about Ronnie James Dio. They're talking about hard rock music from the 80s, from the 70s and 80s. They're hitting those notes, and they're doing a thing. They're like, hey, look, we're riffing. We're riffing with riffs.
We're riffing with riffs. Okay. I do think that Explosivo, notably, I lost my notes. So if I'm remembering correctly, Explosivo is the one that is very System of a Down, but System of a Down would have been after this, right?
Yeah.
Is System of a Down doing a Tenacious D thing?
Oh.
I don't think so. It's got to just be coincidence, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like System of a Down doing the same sort of like rapid rhyme sort of lyrical syntax.
Oh no, they were contemporaries.
All right.
In the same area, Glendale, California, 94. That's just outside of LA, while Tenacious D was active. So they might have been influencing each other.
Yeah, they could have seen System of a Down hanging out. Could have done a thing.
Sorry, it was like one of those moments where I was like, if I don't go now, I'm not going to respond to anything because I'm only thinking about how bad I have to pee. So
I feel you.
Apologies and thank you.
We're talking about a song called Explosivo, and your bladder is literally about to Explosivo.
Explosivo. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You can leave that in. I don't even care.
I'm going to leave it in right now, and then we'll just cut the rest of it. But yeah, this is the one that climb up on my faithful steed. Then we're gonna ride, gonna smoke some weed, gonna climb up on my big ass steed, and ride.
See?
Yeah, it's great shit. Great song.
So funny.
Following that is Dio. We covered Dio already. Then we get to the inward singing skit, which also pretty cute. It has a moment.
I do like this one.
Yeah,
it's also like I don't know. Did you guys try this when you were kids? Like pre-Tenacious D inward singing? Have you heard of circular breathing?
Yeah.
I played in band, so that was like a thing that I couldn't do.
No, that's hard. That's hard to do.
Mm-hmm. I tried like that,
except for Jack Black.
When I heard about like Tibetan throat singing,
exactly.
Like I attempted to do that because I was like, oh well, surely that has to be possible. Then you attempt it, and you're like, oh, this is
hard.
Incredibly difficult.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. But I remember as a kid being like, could I sing opposite? And the answer for me personally is no.
Right.
But
it's not an easy thing.
It's not an easy thing. But this skit spoke to me.
Yeah. And this skit, they get in a fight, and then Kyle quit the band. Yeah. That is our next song.
Yeah.
Cute little song. Fun little, totally stakeless narrative about Kyle quitting the band, and then it's fine. They're back together. Whatever, right? This is Kyle quit the band feels the most like a sort of Flight of the Conchords-esque track because there is this direct narrative arc. Like we're telling a story through the thing. Oh, we're gonna tell a story for these couple of tracks,
and it's them.
Yeah,
like. I feel like some of the other songs are not necessarily like Kyle and Jack in the song, right? And those ones are like, no, this is us. This is a real story from the road.
Which continues with the song The Road.
Oh,
that follows.
Right. Perfect.
The road is fucking hard. The road is fucking tough.
Oh.
Girl, it is. Don't have to tell me.
Because, and I love the refrain, because I'm talking about the road.
See, it's so simple. It's so simple and effective. Like, this is so strange. I don't know. When I think of comedy music, I don't think of good music. That's not... I'm not being
that's
mean.
Fair. No,
like,
that's fair.
Oh, absolutely. You're thinking
that's
of
fair.
like, yeah, you're thinking of like the deficit rag and like
the music is a vehicle for whatever clever conceit they have.
Right.
Whereas this is like genuinely good music.
Yeah, because most musical comedy is sort of like, hey, I'm funny, but I'm only really funny in long form. And it's kind of this high tier, like high concept wit thing that I'm doing. So you have to come with me on this journey. And the only way I can get you to do that is if there's music. So you get distracted occasionally.
Or it might not even be high concept. It might
No,
just be
it could be the lowest of concepts. Now this song, The Road, does have, again, it's got that like 90s thing, right? Munching on a tasty boosh right after the show, as well as I met a tasty baby in Michigan. We screwed 2 times, then I left. Sometimes I think of my baby in Michigan. Why can't I stay in one place for more than 2 days? Why?
And that felt genuine.
Well, and that's the thing. It both does and doesn't, but that's why the irony of the humor kind of plays. And why the irony has to be in for this to work. Otherwise, it
also,
would
what's
create...
a boosh?
Boosh?
Boosh? Is that what you just said? That's in the lyrics?
A boosh? I assumed
what's a boosh?
There's a mighty one.
That's what I was
Mighty
thinking
Boosh
of. I
is
was
a
like,
thing.
did Mighty Boosh...
Define boosh.
I just thought it was like a made up word.
Oh, that's the... Okay, I got it. That's not... I didn't... am I spelling it right? No, that's not correct. No.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, Wikipedia. Oh, it just gives me the catchphrase used by many American animated TV program by many characters on Frisky Dingo. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
I don't know. Good
What is a
question.
boosh?
I assumed it to be a euphemism for a young lady. Like, she's a boosh. Like, it's a little bit bush.
Bitch.
It's a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit of those things put together. That's,
okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey,
I'm
look,
glad we have
we'll
a
have
boy
to,
here
hey,
to bring
Jack
that
Black, you're
perspective.
listening
She's
to
a
the
little
show.
bit of everything all rolled into one. She's a boosh. She's a I don't know what else to put.
She's a
child and a mother.
A child and a mother. Yes, of course.
She's a sinner and a saint.
That's true.
She will not be.
Refrain. No, I won't.
Constrained?
Ashamed. She won't be ashamed.
Yeah, she won't
What's
be
a better
ashamed.
word?
I was gonna say she will not be contained, but then I was like, no, I don't think that this was about.
Yeah, I
how...
said constrained.
We're not making it the same
like,
song.
That's not right.
Yeah. It's Meredith Brooks, right?
That's who it is.
Oh, I don't know.
Meredith
Okay,
Brooks.
great.
Honestly,
so
thought it was Alanis. So
no, yeah, it was in that.
It
was in that Lilith Fair era where like there were 19 songs that all hit the same way for the course of like 5 years. Next skit is cock push-ups.
Yeah, that's
you know, it's just one where it's like I mean, one is like a 40-something-year-old man. I know that that's not accurate. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way.
No.
And I feel bad for a teenager who's like, I'm going to do this because Jack Black seems cool. Somebody hurt themselves.
Do you think anybody accomplished it?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm sure that they I'm sure some people like got high and tried, but I don't think that anybody could have succeeded.
Do you think anybody broke their wiener trying?
For sure. That sounds like
Must have, right?
We're going to have to do an episode about the first broken
do we look
wiener.
at ER records that happen around this time to see if there's an uptick in broken penises?
Yes, that is the kind of.
I love data.
This is why we need like interns or something because this stuff should already be here for us.
Yeah, I need a research assistant ASAP. You know, I've got a friend who works adjacent to the medical field. I'll see if she can pull any of this.
Great. Yeah, we need public records on dick breakage. So yeah, cock push-ups.
I mean, newspapers.com maybe? Okay, sorry.
There's
a medical database that we can get access to that is public. It doesn't have any personal. Sorry, I have been looking at databases that I haven't get access to. PHI? NHS?
Anyway, the next song is Lee.
Yes.
Lee is the next song.
I don't remember what this one is.
It's literally Lee. We're talking about fucking Lee. I had a friend named Lee. He cast a spell on me. If me and Lee and KG could be free.
Flying a bit forgettable for this one, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of a like, okay. This is a little bit of a seaside.
Here's why I remember that part is because there are a couple parts in the skits, maybe in the songs too, where Jack calls KG Cage. And I was like, why? And it wasn't until this song where he says KG that I was like, KG evolves into Cage. Yeah. I get it.
Wouldn't it be funny though if Kyle removed his head and it was Nicolas Cage?
Totally is.
Face off! Yeah. Face off!
Face off!
It's Kyle Gas!
Then we have another skit, which is the friendship skit. What's the name of the skit?
Friendship test.
Friendship test.
That's dumb. Yeah. It's a little sweet, but
it's a little sweet, but it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Then we get the song Friendship, which is similarly, it's sweet and dumb.
Sweet and dumb.
I do like the sequence of there's a bear. Can you hand me the shotgun, buddy? Also, that chair, we're fighting a bear. There's some stuff that happens where this is like, oh, good. We've reached this point where not only am I getting punchy, you're getting punchy, and it's happening in real time. Like we're doing this thing. And, you know, and the sort of like friends will be friends. They're running naked in the sand, friends holding hands. Yeah. They'll someday surely form a band. Like you can see all of this embodying, like, especially if you get a mind picture of how they are now and have always been, you can really picture them doing this and it delivering, right? Like this would work in a music video perfectly. As a song that you only hear without pictures, it's less than.
But I did imagine it with images, which was them nude on the beach, but sneakers still. Sneakers.
Oh, that makes sense.
Sure. Well, I mean,
that's just practical.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you're going to get a lot of sand in your sneakers. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. But when it's just your little toes, your toes sink into the sand. Whereas when you've got like the distributed weight of your sneakers, I don't know. Good point.
Really, they should be wearing like snowshoes.
And socks. Oh.
Snowshoes, yeah.
Right. Something that gives you that larger surface area so that you're able to take easier steps and distribute your weight.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to update my image for that.
But they couldn't. Could you repeat those lines?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sing them, please.
Friends will be friends. They're running naked in the sand.
See, that's the part. If you can't run in snowshoes, it has to be like
Oh.
That's fair.
So I agree with this. I agree with the sneakers. I agree with the tennis shoes. I agree that those are necessary for them to comfortably run in the sand. Barefoot is also okay, but wanting to not get the sand everywhere. But if they're naked, the sand's going everywhere. I don't know. I'm picturing a lot of things right now, and I kind of don't want to go to bed tonight and have dreams.
Sure. Well, I mean, the best way to fix that is to just not go to bed. Stay up forever.
Deal.
That's the only way to keep the demons at bay.
Amen.
Another important part is that there is a refrain in this song, a couplet that finishes each of the final two stanzas. As long as there's a record deal, we'll always be friends.
I know. Oh my God.
Which is very self-aware. So and I think, importantly, again, mirrors this podcast where if we weren't making the money we were making, I don't think we would do this.
Yeah. The minute this income dries up.
Yep.
If we can't sell tickets on the Debut Buddies train, we're done. They said, slowly bleeding. So our next skit is the karate schnitzel. Which I don't particularly remember. I think it's probably
me
for
either.
The best.
I'm struggling.
Yeah. It leads into the song Karate, which is with Karate, I'll kick your ass from here to Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna kick your fucking derriere. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
it's
God,
you
don't hear derriere in many songs, do you?
You don't.
That's pretty good.
Now, of course, again, this is one of these things where we have to take it another level up, which is now I'll pull out all your pubic hair, which happens in this song. And these are these little things where, like, as I'm listening to it as a 40-year-old, I'm like, man, this is just like this would have been really great. Like it would have been sort of universally good.
Okay.
Right? Like
whatever. You don't have to screw your face up like that. Like
I don't want to be lame about it, but it's also just like this doesn't add anything to the song.
No.
Ripping out the pubic hair doesn't add anything, right? Like it doesn't.
Does it take away from it?
A little.
Yeah. Because I think if that line is literally anything else, it's probably a better song.
But I'm trying to think.
But I also know that they're contrasting saying derriere with pubic hair because they're like, look at the comedy of that. We've got a French fancy word for butt, and then we're gonna just go right for the pubes. I get it. Like there is a bit there,
and even not like French fancy word, but like, I don't know. I can just imagine a parent being like chastising their child, like, we don't say butt. Say derriere.
No. Yeah.
And then it's like immediately pubic hair. Oh, maybe I talked myself into liking it.
Yeah, I know. I think I did the
same. I'm trying to think.
Good job, guys.
Okay.
I think you guys are going to leave feeling better. I think that's what we're getting from this.
We're all going to feel good. This is going to be a debut buddies first. We all felt good at the end of the episode.
I was like, oh, maybe Jack Black was only like 23. No, he was 32.
Beautiful.
That's old to be making pubic hair jokes.
It is, but it's also like if any of us were in the position to do that and make a bunch of money, wouldn't we?
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Is that what we're doing, but we're not making the money?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to be clear that if we keep telling the listeners that we're not good, they're going to believe we're not good. And the fact is we're amazing.
No,
and we are making lots of money. So much so that they should send us more money.
Thank you, please.
You can go ahead and
you have no reason to, but
debut buddies gmail.com. Yeah. There's really no reason to pay for this, but there is also myriad reasons to pay for this.
Yeah.
Next track, we get back into longer music. This is a 3-minute long song called Rock Your Socks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bop.
It's a bop.
It's a bop. Like, I don't know what else to say.
They invoke Bach.
It's a Bach.
The Bach.
They invoke a School of Hard Knocks, which sort of rhymes with School of Rock, which is a movie that Jack Black is later in.
And it sort of references Jay-Z, and in a lot of early rap albums, there were mid-roll skits.
Yeah.
Who?
It's all coming together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, this comes from a long history.
Tenacious D, most influential band ever.
Yes.
Is what we're going
I
towards.
think maybe, here's the thing though, is I think that maybe Biggie came before. I'm pretty sure Biggie was
okay, that's a good
dead.
point.
They're both the most influential and most influenced. They occupy this nice capstone sort of zone, right? They're keeping the arch of influence up simply by being there in the middle as a nice little point.
Yes.
Yeah. That's architecture. Then we have Drive Through, a skit.
No, that's a no from me.
Yeah, no, and it's very long. It's 3 minutes.
It's too long. That's
way
the problem.
Too long.
I don't remember this one.
Oh,
is this just an era where drive-through comedy was a thing? Because Dude, Where's My Car has drive-through jokes. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle has drive-through jokes.
Yeah,
like everything is about people talking to that box and not understanding, and people saying asinine shit.
Okay, I see.
And there being like vague undercurrents of racism or overt undercurrents of racism, followed by just like, it's just funny that this is squawk, squawk, squawk. We can never understand the people we're trying to buy fast food from.
This one wasn't racist though, was it?
I don't think
so. It was just a garbled voice. I don't think that it was.
Is that why we progressed to have the screens to tell you your order? To be like, are you sure that this is your order? Because we can't understand each other.
That's why Wendy's introduced the dynamic pricing boards that are not. They're not about. It's not about fucking people over economically. It's just so that you can see what you ordered.
What in this? We're not going down the capitalism route this time. If we do it, I'm just gonna start crying. I will just start crying.
That is the funniest thing ever.
It is getting so much worse. Like, I don't know how every day just gets a little bit worse when it comes to capitalism.
Yeah.
But it does.
The Wendy's guy is like, hey, we can charge whatever we want. We'll just charge surge pricing for hamburgers. That seems like a good idea.
But they're already not even doing well. Yeah. Eat cereal for... You guys, just use parboiled rice. You can have your own Rice Krispies. Fuck them. Sorry.
The Kellogg's guy is like... When people are poor, eating cereal for dinner is a good option. So consider that for our business.
Not.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Those are empty calories.
It's when you have to say part of this complete breakfast, and it includes a bunch of food that does not come in a box.
Toast, fruit.
Yeah.
It wasn't the original Kellogg's guy. Wasn't he
really
like an anti-masturbation guy? Wasn't
that's why he made cornflakes. Kellogg had like sanitariums, and he made people eat cornflakes because he believed that very plain, bland foods would prevent you from having sexual urges.
Okay.
And he believed that everyone's mental health issues came from the fact that they wanted to masturbate or were masturbating. Yeah. Classic
stuff. He had
stuff.
some problems. He was dealing with his own demons. He needed to get help.
The Road to Wellville is a movie about that. It's not very good, but it exists.
Okay. Well, I was going to watch it, but thank you for telling me it's not very good. Is there a very long YouTube video? I'll watch that.
You watch like a condensed thing of it. I'm sure there is something. And it might actually be better than I remember. I remember watching it thinking like, oh, this looks like it's going to be funny, and it wasn't funny. It was very
no. Yeah.
Why is because I think Matthew Broderick's in it too. So I was just sort of expecting.
Makes me sad.
Matthew Broderick's made a lot of bad choices career-wise.
Well,
and in killing people in Ireland.
Because I thought when you said bland foods, I assumed the palms had to be like you had to glue your palms with cornflakes to prevent any.
Yeah, no, he was just like
put your hands in glue, put your hands in cornflakes. That's your life now.
Yeah, the whole thing was like you eat cornflakes because they're bland, because like spicy foods and flavorful foods caused the problems that you were having. Yeah. Well, because if you're happy, you're gonna want to do stuff, and that's bad. But then also there was a lot of like
or whatever.
There
was a lot of like wet stuff. Cereal? Like you had to like sit in a tub all the time too. So it was very like just pruny people eating cornflakes. Yeah. It's just not a good vibe. Yeah,
that's a turn off to me. Also,
this is okay.
Yeah, you're welcome. Fun facts.
Okay. So I'm already picturing what I'm going to wake up with, and it's Jack Black and Kyle Gass pruny and
naked on the beach.
Oh my god, my dreams are going to be so weird.
And the next song is Double Team, which is a song about those pruny two getting down.
Oh god.
Like two friends do.
Yeah. This is sort of a other than the fact that this song ends with refrains of Hail Satan, it is very like, really, we're ending on this?
My Hail Satan banner.
Yeah, it's there.
Just behind me.
My sail hating.
I sail hating.
You know what? That's a fun shirt idea that just says sail hating, and there's like there's a sailboat on fire,
and you're like, no, I'm not into
sail hating. But yeah, this is just about Jack Black and KG like double teaming someone. That's the song.
I mean, if she's into it,
that's fine.
I'm not hating on everybody. Consent, fine. That's great.
Oh, but
there's a lot of there's toe sucking in this song, which speaks to
we did talk about
the thing that Gen Zers are doing. So maybe this is all connected.
It's not because I don't think they're doing it because they want to. I think they're doing it because the teachers asked them to. So that is getting
them to
even weirder.
Wait,
it's like during pep rallies, like they have their feet covered in like Cool Whip and they have to lick it off in a relay race.
MTV Spring Break episodes. Do you remember
but they're
the gals
children.
They were children on MTV too. That was a Spring Break.
Yeah, but they were 18. Were they?
Maybe
16. No, that's not good.
They were close.
I did watch the James
movie. South Padre. They could be anywhere between 15 and whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying. Look,
capitalism. Anyway,
capitalism.
I'm trying to like veer us in a different direction, but it's another bad direction. What's the next song?
Okay.
It's the last song.
The final song is the medley. City Hall, I Believe, and Malibu Nights. It's 9 minutes and 2 seconds long.
Holy shit.
It is an enjoyable closeout. I'm trying to remember.
It's a king, tells him to go to Idaho, and he's like, there's no potatoes are fine. And then there's just one king. Because at the beginning I was like, yeah, let's burn down City Hall. Let's do it. They're not doing anything.
And there's that funny part where he's like, no rich people. And also no poor people. Hold on, I need to figure this out. And it's like, no, but speaking of capitalism, also
you're having a
poor
moment.
People.
You're having a moment here. You're recognizing that the stratification is bad.
We're bad. Reaching class consciousness during this song, which is wonderful.
Tenacious D, welcome to the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Malibu Nights, Tangerine Dreams, Malibu Nays, Malibu Dreams, Malibu Making a Poo, Stinky Poo, and then we're ending on the poo stuff.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah. So they're going to get a little political, and then they're going to drift right back into the poo, and then that's it. The record ends.
Isn't that just how the country's going, though? You know?
Truly, though.
It really is.
Truly, though.
Yeah.
Talk about real commentary, huh?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Sounds smart. We're getting somewhere, and then all of a sudden we just go into the poo and talk about poo, and that's just how
it's a
everything.
Mechanism.
We just got to obsess about poo for maybe 16 years. I guess we're just gonna keep obsessing about poo.
Boy,
I've been doing it for 30 some odd years, so I can. Once I became conscious of poo, you know.
Yeah, fair. Did that come out of me? What is that?
See, we gotta get this disappearing poo spray.
It's true.
Yeah.
Fix this problem.
The very depressing movie Envy. Y'all ready to do a little mouth Garf reporting?
I have so much information.
Let's do
I have an amount of information also.
And I have questions.
All right. Here we go.
Man,
We're
this
in
is
it.
what happens when we don't see each other for a while.
I know.
We just build up information.
I know. It's time for the mouth Garf report.
Yay.
Mouth Garf.
The mouth Garf report. Open wide. For some lasagna. I hate Mondays.
Mouth Garf.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
Go. Yeah, you've got a litany. Let's go.
So I went to the dentist for the first time since I've moved, and
Holy shit.
I know they were like, "You don't need any dental work.
Amazing.
You do need your wisdom teeth out."
Great.
Okay, well,
So
okay.
Kelly, we're still planning that together.
Mhm.
Got to.
Yeah, thank you. And
we do have to wait until 2025 or the next time I get a job, because right now
fine.
I do not have dental insurance.
That's fine.
So,
They're just growing into my roots. They're not there yet. They're just
okay.
making their way downtown.
Okay.
And that takes everything you've got.
Yeah.
Downtown, walking fast.
Faces past.
That's what you were doing, right?
Yeah.
I was doing the Cheers
I don't know
theme
what you
song,
were
but
doing.
it's fine.
Oh.
Making your way in the world
Wanna go
today.
wherever
Takes-
I was making my way downtown.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Cheers is clearly in downtown Boston. It all lines up. It's
You're
perfect.
just older than us, so
I
we
know.
have different.
My other
God,
touchstones.
I'm so fucking old.
is that
Sorry,
I
you're not.
accidentally. Yeah, you're not. You're not.
No, I am.
No,
I am.
No, if you
not.
were, I wouldn't feel comfortable making these jokes.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
how you know.
You know what?
That's
that means a
fair.
lot. We're good.
Yeah.
We're square. That's
Making you
perfect.
feel young.
Okay.
my other part is I accidentally immediately paid for Invisalign while I was at the appointment.
God, they
So-
did that to me too.
Yeah, they trick you. They just like throw you into it, and you're like, "Sounds great," and they're like, "Here's the entire amount." When you go to the end, and you're like, "Whoa."
Oh.
This
And they were
is
like, "Do you want to apply for a credit line?" I was like, "No way, in hell.
No.
I will pay for it." But holy shit,
It is.
how much are we talking? Is it like
it's like
over
$5,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That's about what I was thinking. It probably
Yeah,
would be.
You
I
know,
mean, my
my-
insurance did cover some of it, which doesn't happen very often, according to my dentist. So I was
Same.
like, "Oh, this
Actually-
is good. Thank you so much." But
So
Kelly,
my
I had questions.
insurance-
Please tell me about your teeth and how that felt. but not too loudly to where Nate can hear because we don't want to make it weird.
Yeah. Don't tell me too much about all these teeth.
Well, for starters, I'm starting to think that maybe dentists all say the same line because mine was also like insurance never covers this, and then my insurance covered a fair amount.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we both got scammed.
I think it's also possible that insurance is just bad.
Have their insurance cover it.
Oh, insurance is
and
bad.
She was like, "Oh, thank God, they covered some of it." And I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
She was like, "I had to pay full price," and I was like, "That sounds not fun."
I paid most price.
Yeah,
it still sucked. So I didn't do Invisalign. I did Sure Smile, which is supposed to be I don't know. They say that the like trays are thinner, and so it's less uncomfortable. But mine was, I don't know, fine. It hurts.
Yeah, I'm expecting it. I had braces, so I get it. It was nice though. They talked to me about like when I went to the dentist. They were like, "Have you had any orthodontia work done?" And I don't know if you guys know me. I had so much done. You can't tell because my teeth are kind of fucked. But I had a Herbst appliance, where it's like 2 bars go into each other, and anytime I eat a sandwich, they like lock into each other, or they go into my gums, which is hell. But she was like, "We should make a T-shirt that says I survived a Herbst appliance," and she was like, "No one will understand it, but the people who know will know." And I was like, "The people who know will know because it is fucking hell." I also had a lip bumper, and then I had that thing that expands your upper palate. Anyway,
are you sure that you didn't somehow like mess with the puzzle box from Hellraiser?
I probably
because all
did,
of this
and I was
very
like,
much
I want
sounds like
everything
that.
terrible that happened.
It was the dentata.
I chatter all the time, just constantly at
night.
It's actually Ryan did say
they're
that
horny
he
for the
thought I
pain
was
you're
chattering at night whenever like it was like teeth grinding. He thought I was doing.
That's so.
But
scary.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think it was snot, and I think I was just like. Anyway, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Listeners, this is why you're here.
Yeah.
No, I'll put a microphone next to me when I sleep, and you guys tell me if it's snot or the chatter.
Yeah, sign up for the Patreon. You want to hear Chelsea's night breathing,
night snotting.
Well, I mean, if anybody like feels lonely and they want to feel like someone's near them, I don't know if I want it to be me. Everybody, we're gonna all do it together, and it'll be one recording together. So, do you want to spend a night with the debut buddies? This is how you do it.
That's not a bad idea.
Like an oscillating fan or a white noise. This is for your sleep. You just hear us each like snort every now and then when we're trying to sleep.
You can hear me roll over, get kicked in the chest by the dog, wake up and grumble, roll back over.
You'll hear Mouse meowing so that I'll hold him like a teddy bear, and also whatever back episode of Last Podcast on the Left I'm listening to.
Yes.
To drown
it's going to be a really loud night for people to hear. Yeah. They're going to be like, "God, there's so much going on." And I'm like, "Well, we sleep great." I don't know.
Yeah. It's gonna drown out all of their invasive thoughts, and that's the thing, right? That's all we're here for.
Podcast for. Here is what I will say about Invisalign. My dentist was like, "We can put in a permanent retainer when you're done. And that's like harder to clean. Or you can wear this night guard every night." And I was like, "I'll wear the night guard." Stupid.
Oh, so you're telling me I should go for the permanent retainer?
I should have gone permanent. Might follow up on that.
Okay.
Because
I had a permanent retainer and I pulled it out almost immediately.
Whoa.
I don't think with that you your had bare a good hands? Dentist who installed that.
I remember having it and like I would flip up half of it and put it on the other side of my tooth as like that's probably why this tooth is.
Oh, the one he was describing, there would be no motion. It was like,
oh no, there wasn't any motion. One side ended up uncementing from my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really good at removing stuff from my teeth out of like, I am tired of having just a bunch of stuff in my teeth. Since I've gone, like 10 years. Well, I've gone 10 years without anything. So like, let's loop back around. But they said that like the way that it will, and once again, I don't know if it's the way the dentists want to sell you stuff.
Right.
But I do have some crowding and I want to make sure it doesn't like cause teeth to Teeth decay, tooth.
That's
decay.
how they got me. They were like, you can't be flossing, right? You're gonna lose
I'm
all these
flossing
teeth.
so hard. I have my water pick. I'm flossing.
Yeah.
I use a little like ultraviolet thing on my night guard. She was like, you definitely grind. And I was like, obviously, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can tell. I am getting a gap in my middle.
Okay, but gaps are so cute.
I know.
This podcast needs a David Letterman. I'm in. Okay, we need a new segment where you throw note cards at the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That can be our thing.
For your top 10 list, right? That's what you did it?
Do you think I can ask them?
Chelsea's top 10 list.
Well, it talks about how aesthetically you want your teeth. What if I'm like, I would love a gap? Please give me the retainer sets for a gap. I feel like it would really bring out my facial features.
Oh, you know what you should ask though? Make sure that they send you the video that like animates what they project your teeth movement to be.
I have that. I have all the pictures, and I took the video whenever they were like showing me on it. So it looks beautiful, and that's how I got sold. And I was like, damn. But I was like, but that is a lot more space than I have right now. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll find out.
Yeah, like at some point they sort of have to pull teeth, right, to make the space.
I think so.
Because I get the feeling that we all have crowded mouths.
They're gonna take the wisdom.
That's true. You're gonna ditch some WTs. Yeah.
They did it with mine, but they did do a palette. So we pulled my.
I used to have.
Wait.
With your
They like split
Invisalign or your Sure Smile.
My Sure Smile, like it changed the shape of everything. Like
okay.
They pulled. It
did end up pulling it more.
Upper parts apart, like the two sides on the upper.
Yeah, because you have a soft palate.
Expanded my palate. Yeah.
I used to have a palate expander that had to be like, it was a giant metal. Did you guys not get orthodontia work when you were children? That was just
I had like braces and retainers, but I didn't do any of this.
For it.
I had an expander where like every 2 weeks it had to be like flipped with like this little thing. I could do it at
like
home.
A key.
I couldn't do it. Somebody else had to do it. But it would just shove my jaw farther. I wonder how small my face would be if that didn't happen. Would I be like a tiny little baby face?
Your face is still pretty
It's
small.
already small.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, just the idea that your face would become narrower.
Smaller? Yeah, weird. I never thought about that.
I didn't notice a difference from the outside when they expanded mine, but I also don't know by how much.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Weird.
I'm okay.
I will say, okay, here is something that maybe you should ask about though, because you already have TMJ. My jaw is now fucked up. I didn't have problems with it locking before I did it, and now I do. So maybe follow up on.
Do we have any Garf? And Garf thoughts?
I did watch the trailer. Did we watch the trailer before?
We talked a little bit about the trailer. I saw the trailer in advance of. I see that I saw that trailer.
Oh, you saw it like in the theater?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I watched a bunch of movies, but now I'm thinking that I saw Zone of Interest. Garfield was definitely not before that.
No,
great movie. I saw Poor Things. Phenomenal movie.
So good.
Haven't seen it yet.
Garfield also not in front of that. I saw Dune Part 2. Excellent.
Was it in front of that one?
No. It wasn't in front of that one either. So I'm trying to figure out what I was watching that it was in front of.
Was it The Boy and the Heron?
Oh no. It was the Mean Girls.
Was it Mean Girls?
Yeah, it was the Mean Girls.
Oh yeah, that checks.
Yeah. And it is. It's cute. It's a cute thing. Not sure that if the trailer indicates what the movie is, I'm not that interested. If the movie is just Chris Pratt as Garfield and Samuel L. Jackson as Garfield's dad, and they're gonna do lazy father-son stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
No, if there's more depth to it, if it's surprisingly different, I'm in.
How are we gonna find that out? Are we gonna read reviews and then approach?
I think that I've enjoyed going to the movies so much because I've gone so many times in the last few weeks that I might just go regardless.
You know what?
I'm at this point, I'm sitting this week trying to figure out what movie am I going to see next? Am I going to go see Lisa Frankenstein just to see the movie because it sounds interesting?
You need to see it because somebody's going to be recording it on our next episode.
Oh, great.
Finally, we're coming back.
Where are you?
Hopefully this will be
spoilies
in the past.
Yeah. This is going to be.
We'll find out.
Hey. It's great. I'm leaving it in.
No, it's fun and cute. I
cool.
recommend
Okay.
going to see it.
Great. Then because I've been really like thinking, oh, this is probably good. It's reviewed fairly well. I like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, why not?
It's a good
also,
pairing
the movies
with
is
Poor
wonderful.
Things.
What?
No, I
said it's
literally
a good pairing with Poor Things.
Okay.
Oh, great.
It's like a...
Well, yeah. It's a Frank. Why wasn't there a Barbenheimer for this?
There should have been.
Oh, good point.
Right?
But Chelsea, when I said, "Oh, I've got some thoughts,"
so now I have to watch. Okay, now I have to watch Poor Things before.
Yes,
you really should. Poor Things is so good.
Okay, I really want to. So I've been trying to put aside time, but there hasn't been. The only movie that I have had time for in the last 3 weeks. Obviously, I rented Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny and did not even finish it. But Lisa Frankenstein's the only one I watched all the way through.
All right. Well, yeah.
Did you see The Holdovers? Did anybody see The Holdovers?
I saw The Holdovers too. Yeah, Holdovers was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I don't know what all the plagiarism stuff that came out a couple of days right before the Oscars. They were like, someone was like, hey, this movie is remarkably like the screenplay that I had that no one produced, which is a bummer. I'm hoping it's one of those coincidence things. It's not like it's a super innovative movie where you would be like, I think what's good about it is it's very much what you sort of would expect from that kind of movie, and it's well acted. But yeah, it's good. Anatomy of a Fall, great movie. You should see it. You're gonna have to read some because there's a lot of French subtitles in that.
Okay,
but it's great. Great movie.
Sometimes.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Check it out. It's long. It's not.
Isn't it 10 hours?
It's. I think it's 3 hours and 20 minutes. It's not the best.
How'd you feel?
Ever.
You said you saw Zone of Interest.
Saw Zone of Interest. Yeah.
Okay. Where does that? What? How? Where?
I like that. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was really well done.
The Holocaust? You were just complaining about Ben Stiller making you feel bad.
Okay.
Well, but this is not a movie that's about a pathetic guy getting stomped on.
That's right.
Over and over again. It's yeah.
How was your? Did you have to watch all this prior to the Oscars in order to have a formative opinion? Do you have a roster in which you voted on? How did you do? Is my question.
I didn't vote on anything, but I was on another podcast where they did a movies of 2023 show. And so part of that was I needed to watch a bunch of the movies to be ready. So I also watched May December, which I would recommend. Yeah. May December's great and very weird. It's a weird experience, but I think it's really interesting. Kind of just watched a bunch of those sort of end of the year big movies. Oppenheimer I watched, which I will say, good performances. I don't think it was the best picture. It did win best picture. But
what did you think was
some good stuff.
Ooh, good question.
I think Poor Things, and Poor Things is what was chosen on the podcast I was on because everybody pretty much agreed.
But best costume, it won.
Best actress,
and Emma Stone won best actress. Yeah, I think everybody in the movie is phenomenal, though. I think the whole thing is great. It's one of my favorite Mark Ruffalo performances.
I did listen to him on NPR talk about it, and I was like, oh, and it convinced Ryan to be like, I kind of want to watch this. This sounds really interesting. I'm excited.
And especially because I like Yorgos Lanthimos a lot, the director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is very different from the previous movies that he's done.
Okay.
I think it's more accessible, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely it's the most accessible, most playful human movie that he's done so far. Where you're oh, you both get what he's doing, and he's also doing some very on the nose things, but
gotcha.
It's it's just good. It's just a good ride.
Awesome.
It's a fucking great ride. It's a really good feminist movie. But it's also just about human agency. It's great. It's a great thing.
So compelling. So good.
You guys are really selling it. I'm gonna watch
every costume.
Yeah.
I want every costume. So when I saw that it won,
and it won for costume, right?
I was like, fucking yes, called it.
Yeah. Oh, well deserved. Every single one of Emma Stone's dresses is amazing. But
and
everything.
Her dumb little shorts outfits. I was like, that's what I want to wear.
Yeah.
That's what I want to wear. I want to wear this giant Victorian baby costume.
Yeah.
That's what I want to wear.
It's also it's a movie that is capable of extending very sort of theatrical sets to feeling huge and sprawling, right?
Yes.
Like we're taking place in a bunch of iconic European locations, but we're almost always doing it in very small spaces or in like, here's the stage with the one street in Paris we've got available. But it works. It works because it's very storybook, and it's great. Chelsea, you've already been convinced.
Cool.
We don't have to say
you
anymore.
don't have to.
Sorry.
I mean,
but
at this point,
it,
we can keep saying more, and it might convince you to not see it, so we should probably stop.
It's too good. It will be a letdown. I have to back up. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're talking it up. We're talking it up.
I mean, the movie's got a lot of flaws, too. I'm gonna, like, there's things that are... No, it's great.
We'll talk about
Mark
it
Ruffalo
at some point.
Yeah.
So during our next mouth Garf report, we're gonna have to pepper in how I felt about Poor Things, and then we're all gonna be on the same page.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what you think. I mean, there's a great mouth Garf report tie-in because Willem Dafoe has to digest his food somehow. I'll say nothing more.
Makes sense.
Okay,
I'll say nothing more.
It'll make sense.
Do you both want to play a game?
You know how we feel about it, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
so,
that's good. That's
wanna
exactly what I want. It's time to play. I see what you did there.
I see what you did there.
And what we're going to do now is talk about Tenacious D.
Kelly, this is all you.
It's a Tenacious D related thing. I believe I have spoken some of these answers throughout the podcast already.
Okay.
So get ready for that.
You spoke finger monkey. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Number 1, Tenacious D gets its name from a quote by Walt Frazier and Mark Albert talking about this pro sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is vulgar slang, meaning thoroughly immersed or involved.
Okay, Kelly, you and I'm just looking at you. It's defense. So is it? It's going to end in ball.
It's NBA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
basketball?
it just basketball. Great. Perfect. Basketball.
Okay, we got basketball.
Oh, basketball's deep.
Basketball's deep. You see what I did there? Yes. Basketball's deep. Very good. Number 2, this contrasting jack is a founding member of the band The Raconteurs.
Okay, we got this one.
And this is a headphone feature that uses a built-in microphone to analyze the ambient sound waves around you and generate the opposite sound wave to reduce surrounding sound.
Okay, Jack White.
Oh, he's a founder of the Raconteurs?
Yeah.
White noise balancing? What? Kelly, help me.
White noise.
You shook your head.
You got white noise. It's not balancing though.
Noise.
What's another one?
It generates the opposite sound waves.
What?
So what would you do to noise if you do the opposite of that noise?
You would reverse the polarity.
What's the kind of culture that Republicans complain about all the time?
Whoa.
What did they call it before?
Left.
When people
Democrat?
when people say something and then lose their job.
I'm having cancel.
Cancel.
Noise canceling. Okay.
Oh,
Jack White noise canceling.
White noise canceling. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
We got there.
Oh boy. All I could think of that was my
way.
noise isolating headphones. And I was like, that's not it.
Okay. Number 3. Although not a skilled musician like Kyle, this gas giant is the 6th planet in our solar system.
Okay.
And this cover was a massive hit for Gloria Estefan in 1994.
94.
Okay.
She be the one.
What?
I can't remember. What are you thinking?
Okay,
you
so
had a
it's
real
Jupiter, right?
Is Jupiter?
Okay. Mercury,
the
Venus,
6th
Earth,
planet?
Mars, Saturn. Wait. God, please edit this out. This is gonna
You're fine.
Saturn.
Saturn.
Mercury, Venus,
Mother.
Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn.
Never,
Gloria Estefan hit.
I know. It's.
I know. I'm.
I
working
know.
on it.
We know. Turn back. No, it's not turn back time. It's like turn around the clock. Turn something. Turn. There's turning.
Saturn. What are we doing? Saturning.
Saturn.
She wants to turn an element of music.
Turn into fire. No, turn into water.
Not
no,
rhythm.
Not...
Around. No.
Turn the beat around. Turn the beat
around. Yes.
Turn the beat around.
Yeah. Saturn the beat around. You see what I did there?
Yes.
Okay, number 4. Number 4. John Cho and Cal Penn.
Yep, love him.
Played
White Castle.
Titular stoners from 2004 to 2011.
Why did I ruin that?
And Jack Black portrays a dim-witted and vaporized soldier in this 1996 Tim Burton classic.
White Castle? There was a 1996 Tim Burton.
I mentioned the name of the Tim Burton movie earlier.
Oh.
And you just need the name of the stoners.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Harold and Kumar.
I mean, it's Harold and Kumar.
Uh-huh. And then a Tim Burton classic about aliens.
Oh, Mars Attacks.
Oh, Mars
Attacks.
Harold and Kumar's Attacks.
Oh, God.
You see what I did there?
I did not realize Mars Attacks was Tim Burton.
It is.
Yes.
It's a great unsung Tim Burton movie. Okay, and
I did watch it recently.
We'll remember we'll see if you were paying attention to when I gave most of this away earlier too.
Oh,
Number 5. At the end of 2000's High Fidelity, Jack Black's Barry wows everyone with a performance of this Marvin Gaye hit.
Okay.
And this phrase precedes television series programming that deals with a serious issue, usually something controversial or socially difficult to talk about.
So is it Let's Get It On?
Uh-huh.
And then On the Record or on the street? On time, on 60 Minutes, on I'm a Parent. I don't know. Repeat. Do you got it?
What do they call them? It's a special
after school special
episode. Special episode.
Let's get it on special episode. Wait, that isn't.
I'm going for on a very special episode.
Oh.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I see what you did, but it was very difficult to get.
You see what I did?
Do.
That was the 5th one. It's never good. It's never good when we get to 5.
No, I mean, I see. I understand it now. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I dumb can't do. Thank you.
No one dumb.
I dumb.
Everyone smart.
No.
Dumb and good.
Everyone smart and good, and also dumb sometimes, which also
everyone
good.
should dumb. Everyone dumb better.
Also
life.
good.
Amen.
Speaking of good, let's talk Debs.
How many Debs? How many Debs? How many Debs? How many Debs?
I'm going to go ahead and give this album, I'm going to give it 4 Debs. I think that it's really good musically. It's very fun, but
so good.
A lot of it is skippable.
Yes.
And I don't mean that in a way of like, you shouldn't listen to it ever. I mean that like, when and if I re-listen to this, there are parts that I will skip. And
skits specifically.
Yeah, the skits and just some of the like middle tracks that like, you know, there's some real bangers. There's some like 40 Deb bangers, and then there's some like good quality 3s and 4s in here, and it's just it pulls it down.
Oh, just 50. It's almost an hour long. Like that's a long album.
It's a lot.
We could have cut a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would echo the 4 because I originally was like, on first listen, I texted you guys and I was like, I think I need some more time with it. So I was like, I'm going to give it a very low number immediately. And then I was like, I need more time with it. I think it's because I don't have time with it. My initial reaction was not positive, but after watching a bunch of stuff and just like kind of putting myself more in it, I enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah, it's very much just, it is an artifact of its time.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, it has some timeless elements, but it is so informed by how you perceive Jack Black and Kyle now.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas like if they were totally scummy or weird or had fully disappeared, it would be completely different energy. But instead it's like, infinitely lovable Jack Black did this thing when he was 30. But still,
32.
He did this thing.
That's crazy. Yeah.
He was old enough to know better, but he did it anyway. And that's great.
He's old enough.
Yeah.
We all have to do things, right?
Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
The thing that we're doing.
I'm old enough to know better, and here I am.
Our Tenacious D. Not me. I'm still
We're going to change the name of the podcast from Debut Buddies to
Tenacious Buddies.
Tenacious Buddies.
Tenacious B.
Tenacious B.
Oh!
Yeah.
Tenacious B is not bad.
It's really great, actually. It's really great.
Would it be
I'm also going to go 4. We got to figure out what that word means first.
Yeah, we'll do some research. We'll come back on our next show. We'll talk about what a boosh is. Or we'll forget. Things. We'll see. Wow, what a great number of debs we just gave to Tenacious D. That was really cool, right? So on our next episode,
everyone deserved.
Everyone from Tenacious A to Tenacious Z, as the Brits would say. And speaking of Brits, we're going to talk about a movie that was partially filmed at Pinewood Studios in London.
Huh. Wow, fun facts already.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Nice.
Georgie Porgy doesn't like to pay for Hollywood sets when you can pay for British sets. Plus, you need British people to sound like space people because that's part of our parliament. We'll get into all of this.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Oh, boy. We already got content.
The quarter century anniversary of this movie is coming up.
Yeah.
The quarter century anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is nigh. And you know what we're going to do? We're not going to miss it. We're going to go ahead and be there.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. We're going to talk about the first Star Wars prequel. Get ready to fucking suck.
Or
probably just suck.
I'm excited. We're going to have a debate. Probably not. It's going to be really, there's going to be a lot of holes in it, but I'm going to come at you very contrarian.
This is going to be Chelsea's Mamma Mia.
Okay, no spoilers.
Oh, yay. I have not seen it since it came out. So.
This is going to be amazing. I'm totally in. I'm
really excited.
I mean, I will always have a soft spot in my heart for Star Wars, no matter how bad it gets. And yeah, here we go. Here we go
again.
Tiny actor boy with serious legal problems. Liam Neeson. It's going to be great.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, right?
Ewan McGregor.
Is he in the first one?
He is.
Oh, okay. Excited. Maybe. I don't know.
Excited.
The jury's out on that.
Yoda's going to be there. Kit Fisto's gonna be there. Mace Windu's gonna be there. Yeah, Mace Windu.
Okay, sweet.
He's in it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know who people are.
Darth Maul's gonna be there.
This is gonna be kind of embarrassing whenever we do it, and that's gonna be fine. That's gonna be fine.
There's
no spoilers.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks is gonna be there.
Yeah, that's all we care about.
He's gonna be racist, and we're gonna listen.
It's gonna be interesting. Come join us. We're excited.
Get with it. Get with this. Look,
get with it. 25 years ago. Let's do this.
Star Wars Episode 1 of Phantom Menace will only turn 25 one time. It can now rent automobiles. It is time to commemorate.
Oh, that's true. Weird age for that.
Now this is pod racing.
Okay, thank you. I was like, I can do a joke here. I know that I see the skeleton, but yes, pod racing.
Yeah. So that's what's going to happen to all of us next time. If you like this podcast, please go ahead and subscribe and give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Leave whatever comment you want. We also would like you to listen to Michael J. O'Connor's music. He does all the music on the show. You love it.
That's true.
You know it. You want to be it. And you can find it at michaeljoconnor.bandcamp.com.
If you miss me and Kelly,
you do it.
We also talk about horror movies over on Never Show the Monster, which sometimes exists. And hopefully by the time this releases, we will have a couple episodes out. So
it'll been out
join
for
us over there.
3 months. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
It'll been out for a month.
A weird time. So
everything's weird.
Yeah, everything's weird. They'll Star Wars it. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, we're gonna use Jedi mind tricks to fix it in post.
We'll do it.
You enjoyed listening to this show. I'm waving my hand. So yeah, that was great. Tenacious D, lots of fun. Dick jokes don't age as well. Butt jokes, pussy jokes don't age as well. But rock and roll, here to stay. Love it.
Forever.
Love it. This was not the greatest podcast in the world. This was just a tribute.
Oh.
Yoha.
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 Bye, buddies.
Adios, amigos.